Hello and happy Wednesday. How many of you, by a show of hands, were punished, spanked, disciplined as a child when you broke the rules? Yeah, me too. So, was that a good thing? Was that a bad thing? As I get older, I am grateful that both my father and mother chose to discipline me, and I'm finding that I need to still do more of that. Of course, my parents aren't around, and so I'm gonna have to do it myself. Hi, I'm Pastor Mark with Heights Christian Church, and what we're doing is we are going through the Bible in 5 years. In 5 years' time, if you stick with us, we will go through the Bible. And so there's reading we will read together. For example, today is Wednesday, September 15th, and we are reading Proverbs 12 and Proverbs 13 together. And so we want you to be a part. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel and be a part of that with us and join us as we do things. Now today, because we try to make these videos anywhere between 6 and 10 minutes long, reading all of Proverbs 12 and all of Proverbs 13 together might make this video a little long. So I'm going to read the first 5 verses of both chapters, and we're going to talk a few things about the idea that Solomon has here, when the idea of wisdom, knowledge, and foolishness. Okay? And what it takes to do that. So let's read Proverbs 12, 1 through 5. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid. Good people obtain favor from the Lord, but he condemns those who devise wicked schemes. No one can be established through wickedness, but the righteous cannot be uprooted. A wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. The plans of the righteous are just, but the advice of the wicked is deceitful. And let's jump over to Proverbs chapter 13. In the first 5 verses here, a wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a mocker does not respond to rebukes. From the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence. Verse 3, those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin. The sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied. The righteous hate what is false, but the wicked make themselves a stench and bring shame on themselves. Wow. So as you can see, this is the continuation of Solomon's sayings, or proverbs as the case may be, and they are all in parallel, which means they have 2 lines together. Some of them are synthesis, so they agree with one another. Maybe they expand on some truth, and then there's the other ones which are generally during where we're at this time, from chapters 10 to chapters 15 is sort of opposites. And so you see Solomon talking about the wise son, or the mocker, or the those that are of righteous life, or those that are wicked. And so oftentimes you see they talk about foolishness. Now, it's not just foolishness. The connotation in the Old Testament here for fool is someone who is morally bankrupt. That would be someone who is fool. And so you see many times it'll say, the fool says in his heart there is no God. So those are one of those things that you need to know. It's not just being dumb, it's being deceitfully dumb, or being someone who is not recognizing God. So, in verse 1 of chapter 12, whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid. And then you go to Proverbs 13, a wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a mocker does not respond to rebukes. And oftentimes in lots of places in the Proverbs, there's a talk of the discipline. Now, many of you are grown adults like myself. You don't necessarily get disciplined by your parents. However, this is still an idea that needs to be thought about. We are not animals. We are men and women who have thoughts. And so we need to take every thought captive. We need to be able to discipline ourselves in things that are best for us. For example, I have gotten a little overweight, and so lately I'm having to step away from the snacking, step away from the extra plate at dinner. And so I'm learning that I have to discipline myself. I sure could go for that extra cheeseburger, but I know that it's not necessarily good for me, and it's just going to turn to fat, and I'm going to increase in size. It's going to have health problems and stuff. So I need to tell myself, no, don't do that late night snacking, because there's nowhere for it to go. I need to think of food as fuel rather than food as in something that's comfort. So that's just an example. I need to know that I probably should look both ways before I cross the street. And that you may not want to, but it's something I need to do so that I don't get hit by a car, don't cause traumatic stress on other people, the drivers walking down the road or what have you. We need to look at ourselves, and one of the things that Solomon wants so much for us is for us to be able to tell ourselves no on certain things, because they're not good for us, they're not helpful to us. And so I know no one likes to hear no, but we need to be able to tell ourselves no at times that are not good for us. And if we do it, then we need to probably put ourselves in timeout. Anyway, as you read chapter 12 and chapter 13, there's just odd things that come out and you go, you know what? Wow. For example, in Proverbs 12, chapter 12, verse 10, it says, "The righteous care for the needs of their animals, but the kindest acts of the wicked are cruel." So, did you know that in the Bible, we are supposed to take care of the needs of our animals? Without doing that, that's a sign of discipline. We've got to be able to take care of our dogs and cats and animals that we have, because they are in our care. We need to be good stewards of the animals that we have. So many people let their dogs and cats, and they're just a harsh life for them because they're not disciplined enough to care for the animals. Just an example. So we need to be people of discipline. Otherwise, you're in timeout. I hope you have a great day. We will see you tomorrow.